Hi class, these are my guests that are going to be hearing my informative speech. So here they are. Let's call them Travis and Paige. Paige. My bad.
Already off to a good start. All right.
Hello class, I'm Miguel Gajardo and I'm here to talk to you about the sexual male reproductive system. I chose this topic because maybe I thought I could learn a thing or two about what I got down there, and maybe my guests can learn a thing or two about men, and women can learn something as well. I want to talk about three things mainly: the male anatomy, the the psychology part of it, and how your brain reacts to sex, and the male's role in sexual intercourse. So, I had tried looking for visual aids, but I thought visual aids would not be appropriate for this type of subject or necessary, so I left those out. Um, According to the article called The Male Sexual Reproductive System on WebMD, the male sexual reproductive system has three main purposes. The first purpose is to maintain, produce, and transport semen and sperm. Sperm being the cells, the reproductive cells, and semen being the fluids that help transport it to keep the semen protected. Second part is to just discharge the sperm, and the third purpose is to produce and secrete male hormones called testosterone, and so they can keep up our sexual reproductive system. Most of the system is located outside the body. Um, there's three parts, mainly the penis, the scrotum, and the testicles. The testicles are inside the scrotum, so that's another part of it that's important. But the penis is made up of three cylinders that collect blood when aroused, and that's how that helps with penetration. And also, there could be a foreskin depending on whether or not the person's been circumcised. Um, at the tip of the penis, there's an opening that will help urine and sperm come out whenever it's ready to. And it also has very sensitive nerve endings. The body of the penis is made up of three chambers, like I said, and then under the penis is the scrotum. It's a sac that holds the testicles, which helps produce testosterone, and it makes sperm as well. The second part of what I want to talk about is the psychology part of it. I was referring to an article from CNN about a woman named Dr. Luann Brizendine. She wrote several books upon male and sexual aspects and the brain and what arouses men and women, causes them to do things in a sexual manner. And we have a very big difference, men do, from women. Men have a big defending, like for instance, in your brain, we have a big defending your turf part. All right, and females have a big I feel what you feel section of the brain. So they are more understanding than we are, and we're more aggressive towards things that belong to us. Along with the sexual part of your brain, our side, the part that drives our sex drive is two times as big as a female's. So that's what causes men to think, a certain way or not. Um, Testosterone is made in the testicles, but it's very brain driven. For instance, a 9-year-old, if testosterone were a beer, a 9-year-old would have a cup a day, but a 15-year-old would have 2 gallons a day. It's how much big difference between age goes. She refers to what's called a man trance. When a man sees a woman, he instantly decides whether he or she's attractive or not. And at that point, he decides whether or not she would be a good mate. But fortunately, most men don't pursue every single female, so that's the reason. But men pretty much spot on determine whether or not she would be a good mate to mate with. Also, what's called is the hypothalamus. It regulates the mating behavior, as what I was talking about earlier, and that's what's 2 times as big as in a man's brain than a female's brain. Lastly, I want to talk about a male's role in intercourse. And a heterosexual intercourse occurs when a man puts his penis in a vagina. It's pretty much how it goes. The pleasure for a man comes from the thrusting in and out inside the woman's vagina. And once pressure builds, it just gets too much to handle, and that's how you get ejaculation. When a penis is erect, it shuts off the way from the bladder, so that way it cuts it off, so that way no urine can come out, only semen. And once the ejaculation takes place, millions of cells shoot into the woman's vagina, and from there, about 500 goes into the fallopian tubes, and maybe one of those or two of those, depending on how many kids are being had, fertilize the egg, and then that's how you get the baby process going. So, with all that, to recap, I talked to you a little bit about the anatomy of a man. I talked to you about the psychology, which is the part that I found interesting, and then the process of how, intercourse happens. So if you have any questions, just post it on the link and let me know. Thanks.
Yay.